It is Monday, July 21st, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. So right now, word on the street is that the WWE sees Bayley as a gatekeeper, helping to elevate other talent. Bayley's been doing that for years, but she needs to start advocating for herself, and she needs to be given her flowers. Bayley is a GOAT, and I am very much looking forward to hearing one day that Pamela Martinez or Davina Rose is all elite. We are getting a dream match fight at the next Bloodsport event, as Natalia Neidhart will be taking on Masha Slamovich. It will be going down at Bloodsport 14. This is exciting. Bloodsport 14 is taking place August 2nd in Rutherford, New Jersey. So where has Travis Scott been? Well, he's not here. He apparently is lazy, doesn't take things too seriously, and just jumps from idea to idea. So it was never going to work out with him. This is what happens when you try to be super corporate and get all the publicity and this, that, and the third, and it just doesn't work out, because on the opposite end, it is very much working out with Jelly Roll. Tony Khan has doubled down on the growth of AEW with the ratings, with the combination of AEW airing on TNT, TBS, and Max, with the pay-per-views on Prime. It's doing very well, and NXT is just, AEW is just feeling really different right now. NXT, the branding for their shows, their pay-per-views are gone. They're now being dubbed WWE events. So the next one is Heat Wave, I believe, and it is being called a WWE Heat Wave, which is also going up against Forbidden Door. And I think part of the reason it's starting with this one is going up against Forbidden Door, and WWE versus AEW or NXT versus AEW. They're also having a hard time filling up this small building. An update on Omos. There's word on the street that they want to send him to AAA. Remember, the head of WWE, Nick Khan, said they don't bench people well. Omos has been benched. You should have never taken him from pro wrestling. No, he was over. He was getting the reps, and now he's just been back home sitting on the sideline. So now you want to send him to Mexico. Okay. All In 2026 is finally going down. It will be taking place August 30th, 2026. That's a little later, All In London, than what we're used to, because we know we just had All In, a week or two ago. So going from All In London, going from All In Texas this early to that late is really weird. So I want to see where they place All Out in 2026. There's some really horrible news. TKO has changed the WWE severance policy. So instead of getting a month, you now get 2 weeks, and employees are fearing that there will be cuts, and I expect cuts to be made. This is not good for the employees of the company. This is just for people that work in the building, not the wrestlers or anything like that. Morale is just down. Alex Windsor is officially All Elite, and Thekla is officially All Elite. You're saying, well, she's been on TV wrestling. Well, Tony says due to her attack on President Takato over in Stardom and her termination for cause, she was placed on a 45-day probation period, which now she has passed. So now she's officially All Elite. It's a really good storyline way to announce her status. And of course, Alex Windsor made her debut on her official debut on Collision this past Saturday. St. Louis will be getting Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream, for the most part, was the Washington State show, kind of like how Dynasty was the St. Louis show, but Wrestle Dream will be moving to St. Louis, going down October 18th at the Chaifetz Arena. Tickets are going on sale on this weekend. It's just gonna be good. AEW Denver Fields. On the injury side of things, Red Velvet is dealing with a serious neck issue, so she will be out for some time. Meanwhile, Mina Shakira will be the interim television champion. Victoria Crawford has a bruised sternum. she's doing fine with that. P.S. Michael Hayes has just had knee surgery, so he will be sidelined, just resting up at home. Kiana James will be returning from her injury that she had in another surgery, so that's good. And AEW star suffered, she's not suffered, she's heading for surgery. Shuri, who made her AEW debut at All In, will be having elbow surgery. We wish her the best of luck. Her Will Ospreay has been written off TV with that stretcher job. He is taking time off. Remember, he lives over in the UK, which is great for him, and that's schedule. He's resting up, healing up for the time being, and looks like just coming back from just being on the sidelines. Looks like one of the Guns is injured. That would be Colton Gunn. Appeared to suffer a right knee injury. Sucks. It sucks because the Bang Bang Gang was back. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And some really sad news. Buff Bagwell has had his legs amputated after a car crash dating back to 2020. He had above the knee amputation over for his right knee. Listen, he's still the Buff and he is still the stuff. We wish him a best and speedy recovery. Kevin Owens has had his neck surgery, and Moose is taking some time off as well. He's been banged up for a while after dropping the X Division Championship to be on Slater. He's going to be resting up. It's all good. That's the news. That's the injuries. We'll be right back with the weekend review. With the weekend review, we start off with Monday Night Raw. This is the Fallout show from Saturday night's main event and Evolution. The show gets a fist. So we open up with our new Women's World Champion in Naomi celebrating her victory. And the fans want to say she deserves it. Of course she deserves it, but come on, man. Y'all weren't riding with her. She's done with Jade. She's done with Bianca. They wanted her to be the third wheel. They wanted to use her status, her GOAT status, to elevate their careers, and she's just done with them. They're now in the past. They're behind her. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky both want next, but Naomi tells them, well, y'all lost. Get to the back of the line. But Adam Pearce makes a triple threat match for the championship at SummerSlam. It is bound to be a banger. Might end up being the best match on the entire card. The Judgment Day are on top, and Finn wants Dom to back Roxanne and Raquel up for their match. Well, guess what happens? He pulls through as they go on to defeat the Kabuki Warriors. So what this does is it lowers the Kabuki Warriors for the time being, as the Judgment Day focus on Charlotte and Alexa as their next title challengers. And why they got that match is just absolutely stupid. Paul Heyman downplays Seth entry, says he has up to a year to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Braun and Bronson Reed can hold it down. Bayley and Lyra have words with each other, and they are facing each other in a number one contenders match, 2 out of 3 falls, with the winner facing Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, and Lyra goes on to win the match. It was a really good match. This feud has with Bayley, with Becky, has absolutely done wonders for Lyra Valkyria, and Bayley is Bayley. Like, come on, man. Becky Hogan arrives. I'm having fun. She actually comes out in red and yellow colors, and stands face to face with Lyra Valkyria. Chelsea Green steps to Stephanie Becker. Nikki Bella then goes on to defeat Chelsea Green. Stephanie made the save, saving saving Nikki from the secret. Herb Sheamus tells Rusev that, we've got another banger on our hands. Gunther celebrates beating Goldberg. Heyman pumps up Braun right in front of Gunther. Gunther's going to watch the gauntlet match from the suites. Braun almost runs the gauntlet, defeating Penta, defeating Sammy, defeating Jey Uso. I feel like it's one more person. Braun, Penta, Sammy, Jey, no. And then he ultimately loses to CM Punk. Roman Reigns, they made the save because Punk and Jey were about to get a tsunami. And Roman Reigns is here. Well, Seth is out. Roman Reigns is in. So I don't know what we're going to get. We could get a tag match with Roman and Jey versus Braun and Bronson, or we can get Roman versus Braun Breaker, and then Jey versus Bronson Reed. They can go a couple directions with this Over on Dynamite, this is the All In Fallout show. This show gets a thumbs up. So it gets a thumbs up for just being a cohesive celebration of what went down at All. And it wasn't necessarily a super, super great show, but it was the vibes. So Hangman celebrates his victory and thanks everyone for backing him up and helping him, including Swerve. Okay? The Bucks arrive in shame. They got no locker room. Kyle Fletcher goes on to defeat the Mascara Dorada. The Bucks don't have a locker room, and they end up accepting Don Callis' offer to team up with them. MJF says he will get his belt back, and he will be a bad omen for Hangman Page. MVP, meanwhile, wants challengers for the Hurt Syndicate. Somebody, please step up, because nice guys don't finish last, and nice guys don't hurt people. The Young Bucks, Josh Alexander and Hechicero, go on to defeat Jet Speed, Bandido, and Brody King in a fun tag match. Adam Copeland says he did not return to help Christian. Christian screwed the poocher, and that ship has sailed. He came to get his hands on FTR, who complained that when they were together, Cope was the one overshadowing them. Stokely Hathaway, flanked by security, tells Copeland that he can't use Spike, interfere in FTR's matches, or he'll be fired. Well, nothing stops him from attacking Stokely. Cope fights off the security and drops Stokely with a spear. Thekla defeated Queen Aminata, Willa Nightingale, and Chris Statlander in a fatal 4-way, getting a little help from Julia Hart and Sky Blue, and she's now officially aligned with them. Toni Storm celebrates her victory up in the balcony. She thanks Mercedes Moné for taking her to the limit, and they will do it again. Luther is hurt, and Athena interferes and says, listen, your time as champion is coming to an end because I got this contract right here. But Tony's like, listen, darling, you may be for the ever champion, but I'm timeless. The matriarchy is here. They are done with Christian and his BS. They haven't been called the matriarchy. I'm going to call them the matriarchy because Mama Wayne actually said some words here. We'll see how things go down with that. Okada won a squash match, and then Swerve steps to him because, Okada's like, you dealt with my people. So Swerve's like, well, do something about it, bitch. In the main event, Hangman Adam Page, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Mark Briscoe defeated the Death Riders. Darby Allin was in the balcony causing distraction, allowing Hangman to hit a buck shots. Larry, over on Impact, we had the Slammiversary Go Home show. This show gets a fist. Moose went on to defeat Sami Callihan. Moose says, listen, I'm going to retain at Slammiversary. And Sami, you're done. You're washed. You don't have it anymore. You used to be great. You used to be a champion. Now you're just some fat slob. Dark State then attacked the system as Order 4 watched on. Tessa Blanchard went on to defeat Danny Luna. Indy Hartwell made the save and says that Tessa doesn't have any friends, and that's how she'll end up beating her at Slammiversary. The Elegants are upset about being fined for their little debacle last week, and they're tired of being overshadowed, especially by JC Jane. Fatal Influence arrived, and JC says that after she beats Masha, since Ash is the #1 contender after that, she'll go on and beat her. Masha brushes right by the Elegants who are on the stage and confronts the JC Jane. The hometown man went on to beat Judas from the Northern Army. He then escaped from Eric Young. Fourth rope will officially be at Slammiversary. Matt Cardona's match is a no contest as Dark State attacked. The system went on to make the save. The Hardys say that they don't have it right now. They've been on a losing streak since losing the championships. They're contemplating retirement. Leon Slater says, don't believe that. Y'all believed in me. I believe in you. First Class and the Nemus all arrive, so they all fight. And the Rascals are joining the fight at the end of the one standing tall. Joe Hendry and Mike Santana defeated Trick Williams and Cass. Also, it's very shocking that Cass has never won the TNA World Championship. I am shocked. And of course, Slammiversary will be phenomenal. Speaking of Slammiversary, what a shit show this was. On the pre-show, the countdown, the Elegance brand defeated the Inspiration, retaining the Knockouts Tag Team Championship. I got that one wrong. The Hometown Man defeated Eric Young. Real One, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Bishop, who looks like Psycho Sid, defeated Steve Macklin, Mance Warner, and Jake Something. And the opening contest on the main card, Mustafa Ali beat Cedric Alexander. Got that one wrong. The System went on to defeat the System and Matt Cardona went on to defeat the Dark State. Indy Hartwell defeated Tessa Blanchard. After the match, Tessa and Victoria Crawford attacked Gia Miller. So it looks like we're going to get this match going with the two of them. Gia Miller does wrestle. JC Jane went on to defeat Masha Slamovich to become a double champion. She is now the NXT Women's Champion and the TNA Knockouts Champion. Leon Slater went on to defeat Moose to become the X Division Champion. Moose put the belt around the young man's waist and raised his arm. AJ Styles comes out. He supports Slater, pumps up the company that made him a star. The Hardys win the tag titles in a ladder match. Bully Ray comes down and challenges them to one more match at Bound for Glory, Team 3D versus the Hardys. And in the main event, Trick Williams defeated Joe Hendry and Mike Santana to retain the TNA World Championship, and this was just dumb. You had multiple shots on the screen. You had TNA President Carlos Silva looking just stupid, especially after his comments about Scott D'Amore and Gail Kim. And then while he's looking like an idiot on screen, the show has been executive produced by Lee Fitting, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. So TNA guys didn't even produce their own pay-per-view. Then you have Trick Williams laughing in Carlos Silva's face. This was just dumb. And the worst part is you were in New York. Yes, Joe Hendry is super, super over, but the momentum that Mike Santana had, it was right there. Now you got to build this up to Bound for Glory, which is in October. Just dumb. TNA has not gotten the better of NXT, and it's very, very obvious who wears the pants in this relationship. It's horrible. Over on SmackDown, this was the Saturday night's main event Fall Out show. This show gets a fist. There was a car accident opening the show, and Jacob Fatu is arrested. Charlotte Flair somehow, some way got her and Alexa a tag team title match at SummerSlam, saying, well, we didn't lose at Evolution. Well, if you didn't lose, shouldn't you have the belts around your waist? You lost. If you're not a winner, you're a loser. This was just stupid. Charlotte went on to beat Raquel. Jade Cargill will walk away as champion when she faces Tiffany Stratton. Damian Priest challenges Hayes. Priest went on to win by DQ after Aleister Black attacked Damian Priest. The Wyatts say that their bond is bigger than gold, and they proved that when they defeated the Street Profits for the Tag Team Championship. Solo Sikoa and his MFT say that Jacob is a wild card and he's reckless without his guidance. Jacob has been found innocent and free to go, so he and Jimmy go and put the boots to the MFT. A title match is made for SummerSlam, and Solo Sikoa is arrested. We get footage of what happened with Jelly Roll and Jimmy Kimmel. He was the guest host. He's interviewing Randy Orton. Drew comes out. Him and Randy fight. Logan Paul comes out, talks trash to Jelly Roll, slaps Jelly Roll, so Jelly Roll chokeslams him through the desk. I'll give it to you. Jelly Roll is very, very, very committed to this, much more than trash Travis Scott. Stephanie Vaquer, who's a Raw superstar, went on to defeat Alba Fire, but Stephanie also beat Chelsea Green, who's a SmackDown superstar, on Raw. She fights them off. So we're clearly building up to her winning possibly at Clash in Paris. The Street Profits can't believe that they're no longer champions. They haven't really faced their reality. DIY chides them for losing and failing the tag team division. Well, Andrade and Rey Fenix, a random tag team, went on to defeat the other tag teams to become the number one contender. There you go. In the main event segment, John Cena tells Cody during their contract signing that, yo, I can't wrestle at SummerSlam. I'm tired. I'm filming a movie. I'm just beaten. I'm burned out. Cody's not having it. He attacks Cena. Cena's leaving, puts him through a table, and forces Cena to sign the contract. I don't think that's legal, ladies and gentlemen. Over on Collision, this was the All In Fall Out show. This show gets a fist. We open up with our new TNT champion, Dustin Rhodes, who celebrates his victory. Cuts a little Hard Times promo. Kyle Fletcher says he won't stop until he takes everything from Dustin Rhodes. And Dustin's like, all I'm hearing from you is making excuses. I wrestled 3 matches just that weekend. I had multiple opportunities throughout my career to be TNT champion. I failed every single time, but here I am now as champion. Mark Briscoe calls out Jon Moxley. Ricochet defeated AR Fox. The Death Riders attacked and destroyed Colt Cabana, who was on commentary. Wheeler Yuta backstage took Chris Statler, and the champions bounced back. JCJ, Megan Bain went on to defeat Ty Mello. Everyone was banned from ringside. Skyflight won gold, and Don Callis offers a hand to join the family. Alex Windsor in her official debut defeated Taya Valkyrie. I want more for Taya Valkyrie. I can't keep living in a world where Taya Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo keep losing. Athena tells Alex that, yeah, you won, but you couldn't even survive and go to the limit with me. You're just below me. You're another minion. Tony Storm calls out Athena, who declines, so Tony goes up after her on the balcony, and Athena bolts. Billy Gunn tries to get Anthony Bowens on track, says, listen, believe me, trust me, we can do it. The Gates of Agony defeated Crew, Big Bill and Brian Keith and the Guns. Kyle O'Reilly survived 5 with the best wrestler alive, defeating Max Caster. The Learning Tree and the Bang Bang Gang end up brawling backstage. Roosh defeated Shibata in a shocking victory in my book. Powerhouse Hobbs made the save in the main event. Jet Speed, Lindsay Dorada, Mascara Dorada, and Bandido defeated the Don Callis family. I believe it was Trent Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Josh Alexander. Our matches of the week, we didn't have many from Raw. The 2 out of 3 falls match between Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, just absolutely fantastic. Go check that out. From Dynamite, the Young Bucks, Hechicero and Josh Alexander versus Jet Speed, Bandido and Brody King. There's your standard party match from Slammiversary. One of the very few good things that happened on that show. Leon Slater versus Moose for the X Division Championship, and the G1 is going down right now. So we got 2 matches from the G1 Climax. First, we got Konosuke Takeshita versus Gabe Kidd, and the other is Phantasmo versus Konosuke Takeshita. Konosuke's that guy. He's just so good. Our star of the week, I'm giving it to Leon Slater for becoming your new and youngest X Division champion. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. See you when I see you. Peace.